It's an event. It's symbolic. It's significant. The president was terrific last night. It is not the same thing as a comprehensive long-term strategy. And I think he has now an opportunity, because his prestige is naturally higher and he is rightly being complimented for the leadership he has provided. But it's an opportunity now to move forward with a strategy that addresses some of the key problems inherent in our very complicated relationship with a huge population, particularly religiously motivated, and in a particularly sensitive region in which we have vital moral interests. For example, the peace process and security of Israel and the Palestinians. We have vital economic and geopolitical interests, and happens to be a region inhabited by the people affected by what happened last night. So this is a strategic moment of opportunity that has to be seized and not allow it to be dissipated.
Dr. Zbigniew-Brzezinski, Dad, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow night at the Atlantic Council dinner. Thanks very much for being on the show this morning. I called him at 11:30 last night and booked him.
Right.
I don't think he was happy with the
I
call.
don't think he was either, but we're glad he answered the call. But right now, let's bring in the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, Republican Congressman Peter King of New York. Peter, you lost more constituents on September 11th than any other congressman, obviously. What are your thoughts this morning?
This is a great moment for the United States, and let me, as a Republican, give President Obama tremendous credit for this. This was a significant military operation. He had to pull the trigger on it. He carried it out. I supported President Bush's policies. The fact is, it was President Obama who carried this mission to conclusion. I think it's important for all Americans to stand behind him and give him the credit as Commander-in-Chief for what he did. And on a very personal level, knowing so many family and friends, family members, friends here in the district who lost members of their families, lost close relatives, associates, people they work with. I can tell you this morning there was a tremendous sense of relief among them. I've gotten calls from many of them. They just feel gratified, not so much happy as gratified, and finally there's some sense of closure and justice to this horrible moment that occurred almost 10 years ago.
We're looking at images of Times Square. We've got three New Yorkers here, obviously Charles and Peggy and Donnie Deutsch. A great night. Great night for New York City. For America, for the world, but especially for New York City, as Peter King, like all of you, new people, so personally affected by 9/11.
New York and this country, you can go back obviously to 9/11 and obviously how the world changed. And if you look at the 10 years since, as a country, I think we've started to rightfully so doubt ourselves a little bit. Whether it's all of a sudden wars that we can't close out, whether it's, wait a second, I bought my house and the mortgage is blowing up, and wait a second, are we this great nation? You and I have talked a lot about this on our show. And I think, and Mike talked about this earlier, what happened yesterday in New York and across this country is, for the first time in 10 years, we did a collective fist pump as a country. Yes, we can. And I think if everybody watching is thinking about the way they were affected at that moment when you heard, I know a friend of mine called me, and we all got this surge